Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is November 23rd, and this is the market overview. Looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, and SLV. Well, before I get into the video, I just want to wish everyone a very wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope that it's everything you're looking forward to, and if there's anybody out there who is not looking forward to it, I hope that you have a very nice and at least restful day. And so everybody drive safe, and I guess we'll be back at this again for Friday. Here we go. The Dow. Last night we were wondering what was going to win out. The traditional pre-Thanksgiving rally, or the nasty news of the banks getting stress tests and having to recapitalize. Well, later that evening, we also got the bad news out of China that they are contracting. Very negative news. So, we got our answer today. A huge red bar closing at the lows of the day, breaking through the major price consensus level and the lower price consensus level all in one go. Wow. 236 points to the downside, closing below the lower Bollinger Band. Yeah, we have some wobble in the and excessive separation in the short-term moving averages. This move has been rather amazing. We did breach the target that we've had for a long time, 11,400. That was set way back here, and so that was a good call. Beyond that, 14-day RSI moving average moving on down. Stochastics, of course, showing no sign of turning around at the moment. We have said that we do not know if we're going to have a reset on them prior to the RSI getting to its bottom. Really, no reason to look at the indicators because they're all terrible today. But we are making some dramatic moves. So it is time to look at the 60-minute and see what we see. Well, we have minor divergence in the CCI. We have it's so darn low in the stochastics. There's nothing in the stochastic for divergence. We have minor divergence in the RSI, and we have fairly significant divergence in the MACD histogram. So, like we were wondering last night, are we going to get a bounce? Certainly, in the 60-minute time frame, we have a lot of things saying that we do need one, and it being outside of the lower Bollinger Band at the end of the day means either we are the beginning of essentially a crash move, and we are going back to 11K like we are thinking. Should we get past 11,400, which we did today, or we're going to have a little bit of a snapback. So we don't know. There's a good argument in both directions, but certainly ugly. SPX, we did break the lower price consensus level for today, well, for this month, after resting on it on yesterday. It also happened to break the major price consensus level from the previous month, and we just have the lower price consensus level from the previous month to act as some kind of support. Very ugly. Nothing really to rehash in the daily time frame. 60-minute time frame, looking for divergence. We don't have it. Well, we have extremely minor in the CCI. Don't have anything in the stochastics. We do have it in the RSI, and we certainly have it in the MACD histogram. So we should get some kind of bump, unless this is unless we're going straight to 1100. But couldn't tell you. On low volume, you can push it, swing your weight around, and the big boys are totally in control. The ones that have shown up to work, and the algorithms. So Wow, totally ugly. The VIX, you know, not impressive. Not impressive. Yeah, we have a green bar. Yeah, it almost closed at 34. That's nice. We haven't made a new high from recent tops, and that is troubling. I mean, certainly we have the 14-day RSI moving average pointing up, and the stochastics, and the CCI, and the RSI, and an uptick on the histogram and the MACD, but just not a really strong candle. Certainly, it should have closed near its highs of the day. It didn't do that. 60-minute time frame, looking for any kind of negative divergence. And no, 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 and no. So we don't have any kind of negative divergences. At least it has that going for it. But just not impressive. You know, it really should have got to 36 today. That's my feeling. At least 35. But really, um, if we want to have a really clear signal, the VIX should lead the way, and it should be testing the previous highs, and it should break those highs. And you know, just from recent action, that's not even, you know, going back to the major highs that we had, uh, you know, 2 months ago. But anyways, that's my take on it. That is not convincing to me. TNA, ooh boy, this one just got beat over the head today, losing almost 10%. Um, I, I had a for fun trade the other day, shorting it. It did pretty good, and then I figured, oh, we might have a little bit of a bounce. And stupid me, I bought a for fun trade on the long side, which I'm not really worried about. But wow, bummer. Anyways, did not pierce the lower price consensus level today. Closed below the lower Bollinger Band. Moving averages are fairly uniform. We don't have really significant excessive separation. 14-day RSI moving average trekking on down. Everything the same as the Dow and the SPX. Very, very negative. 60-minute time frame looking for positive divergence. Very minor in the CCI, nothing in the stochastic, yes in the RSI, and definitely yes in the MACD histogram. So, are we going to get it? Well, very debatable. Who knows what will happen Friday? I don't think any kind of real movement is going to happen until Monday, but we'll see. Today was massively low volume, and which is to be expected with the holiday. Friday is going to be massively low volume. Maybe they can take it another 250 points down. Who knows? But regardless, what a beating. Going on to UUP. Ooh, look at that. Closing right at the top of the upper Bollinger Band. Busting out of the upper price consensus level for this month. Busting out of the upper price consensus level for the previous month. Very, very bullish. Short-term moving averages, of course, pointing up. CCI very high. Fast stochastic very high. Slow stochastic almost getting there. 14-day RSI moving average almost at the halfway mark. Getting too overbought in the RSI. Uptick on the histogram. Uptick on the MACD. Very, very strong move. Really good. 60-minute time frame looking for divergences, negative divergence. Yes in the CCI, yes in the fast stochastic, not in the slow stochastic. Um, yes in the RSI, yes in the histogram. These are all very minor though, very, very minor. Um, Actually, we have longer term divergence in the MACD histogram and in the RSI. Ooh, you know what? This actually is worse than it is at first glance. But anyway, so the answer is yes. Yes in UUP, yes in the dollar. Um, Today it got down to 1.33 on the euro. which is fantastic. We said 1.35 was the proper level, and we were looking for overshoot. Today certainly is overshoot, so maybe it has more to go. But regardless, that was also the correct call. So hooray! FXE. Ooh yeah, very ugly. We talked about repeatedly about this being the wish list, possibly getting on the shopping list. Yep, it's on the shopping list now. 14-day RSI moving average trekking on down. Everything the same as essentially the, well, what you would expect it to be. And at this moment, we have no indication of a reset on the stochastics. So very, very bearish. 60-minute looking for positive divergences. Stochastics, no. Very, very minor in the CCI. Yes in the RSI. Yes in the MACD histogram. So, are we going to get a bump? GLD. Oh, look at that. We have a hammer. Uptick on the CCI, uptick on the stochastics. 14-day RSI moving average still pointing down. Downtick on the RSI. Downtick on the histogram, downtick on the MACD. Is this little hammer going to save the day? Well, at least it's holding above the upper price consensus level. We're going to need to see the stochastics go up in a decent move. Maybe go in for a double flatline. That 14-day RSI moving average has to be turned. It just has to happen if we're going to resume a march up. SLV, Doji Star, closed below the major price consensus level. Downtick on the CCI. Of course, the 14-day RSI moving average down. Stochastics up. Downtick on the RSI. Downtick on the histogram. Downtick on the MACD. So, indecision candle. We almost had that uptick met yesterday. Almost. Just a breath away. Maybe we'll have that resolve itself on Friday. And that's it. Happy Thanksgiving. Bears got a really good day. Bulls got beat over the head. And we've got to see if these indications that we're going to have some sort of a bounce, if that plays out. And if it doesn't, oh my. Got another 250 points to go, and then at that point we'll be able to reevaluate and see if Dow 10K is on the way, because I still believe that is the focal point for QE3, but I have been wrong before, many times. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.